Hello everyone, today I will share with you my opinion about 5 top cryptocurrencies. That is Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Ripple, and this time IOTA against US dollar. So if you're interested in those cryptocurrencies, just keep watching the video. Let me introduce myself very quickly. My name is Paul. I'm creator of rmpforex.com. I'm a forex trader and I like trading currencies. Since 2007, I'm trading currencies using a unique approach that is called Master Forex V Technical Analysis. Obviously, cryptocurrencies are first of all currencies, so I feel quite confident in cryptocurrency market as well. For those of you who is watching this review for the first time, I will explain you very quickly what is this video about. Each Wednesday, I'm choosing 4 top cryptocurrencies that I constantly trade. And these currencies are Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Ripple. Each week, I also choose a different 5th cryptocurrency. That is something like a pick of the week. So if you want me to review a cryptocurrency next time that you're interested in, write it down in the comment section below of this video, and next week I will share with you my opinion about that currency. So each week I choose a strategic direction based on Master Forex V Technical Analysis for each of these cryptocurrencies and share with you the reference points that are protecting that strategic direction. Just before we proceed, read through the risk disclaimer. It is very important. If you need some more time, just click the pause button and read it through. And let's get straight into the charts. So Bitcoin against US dollar first. This pivot point here, you can see it here. That pivot point, once it was broken, it stopped the whole trend, the whole global trend of Bitcoin. The whole trend from the very bottom up to here stopped. And once we broke through this pivot point, and the Bitcoin moved into a flat phase of all time frames. So as long as we're between those 2 reference points, the flat phase will continue. But for me as a trader, as a currency trader, that range is a bit too big. So I need a bit closer reference points, which are these 2 reference points. So I'll explain you very quickly. If we will go up and break through this reference point, then we will have an FZR of H4 timeframe. And once we'll break through this reference point, the H4 timeframe will move into a trend phase up. So once we break through that reference point, I will be using each correction, each pullback to find some new buy positions, and I will be trying to jump onto that trend and just ride that trend up. On the other side, if we will go from here, break through this reference point, then we will have an FZR of H4 down. And then we will move into a H4 trend phase down. And once we will have that, I will be also, after this reference point, I will be also on each correction of the trend, I will be trying to find some new sell positions and try to trade that trend down, because that will be a trend phase. As long as we're between those 2 reference points, it is a flat of H4 time frame. Each time when someone takes lessons with me, each time I explain to them, you have to figure out how to determine in real time where is the flat phase and where is the trend phase. If there is a trend phase, then you just go with the trend because trend is your friend. If it is a flat, it is the most risky place to open some new positions. So that's my idea for the Bitcoin against US dollar. As long as we're between those 2 reference points, it is in the flat phase, and I will just stay away from this pair until it moves into a trend phase. Now, don't forget as well that this flat here is just for me as a day trader, and for those who's trying to invest into Bitcoin, don't forget that we are in an all-time flat phase, which is D1 weekly time frame flat phase. Once we will break through any of those reference points, and those trends will show me some new reference points that are protecting those trends in the future, I will let you know in this video in the comment section below, or subscribe to this video. And next Wednesday I will review Bitcoin again and see what has changed and if we have any new reference points. So that's the idea with Bitcoin. Next pair is Ethereum against US dollar. Ethereum, if you didn't watch my last review of Ethereum, I highly recommend you to take a look at it, go through it, and you will understand why this pullback for me was very important. I created just a maybe 8 or 9 minutes review of the whole currency pair and explained where did I get those reference points from. So just I'll leave you a link here and go and watch that video if you want to know more about Ethereum. But for now, for here, as you can see, we are approaching this reference point, and once we will break through this reference point, this pair will move into a all times trend up, and then investors will be happy. But for me as a day trader, this reference point was already enough for me. So what we have here is an FZR of H4 time frame up. And now Ethereum is in a trend phase of H4, and for me that is enough to look for some new buy positions. So each pullback, each smaller pullback inside the day, intraday, I'll be looking for some new buy positions. And at the moment, this trend up is protected by this pivot here. I'll just show you on a smaller time frame. Here you can see that's the same FZR that I was talking about, and this pivot here is protecting the trend up. As long as this pivot is not broken from any pullbacks, I will be looking for some new buy positions, and we'll be trying to jump into that trend and maybe even ride into a higher time frame trend. But once we will break through this reference point, then this pair will move back into a flat phase of all time frames, and then I will stay away from Ethereum. If it will break through the new highs, then this pivot point from here, it will move into this place, and then it will be protecting, and that will be the same logic. If we will do something like that, then as long as this pivot point is not broken, then I will be looking also for some new buy positions. And again, if something will change and if any new reference points will appear, I will let you know in the comment section below. Just subscribe to this channel and keep following me. And that's the idea with Ethereum. Next cryptocurrency is Litecoin against US dollar. If you didn't see my last review, I recorded a video, a comprehensive review and explanation of what that reference point means and how did they get it and how did it appear here, and that Litecoin is now in the flat phase of all time frames, and as long as these two reference points are not broken, it will stay in a long term flat phase. But for me, again, as a day trader, these two reference points are important. Once we will break through this reference point, we will have an FZR of H4 time frame up, and then this pair will move into a H4 trend phase. And again, once we'll break through this reference point, I will start using my trend following trading system, and after that reference point, I will be using each pullback to open some new positions. If we will go and break through this reference point, then an FZR of H4 will happen down, and then Litecoin will move into a trend phase down. Once we'll break through this reference point, same logic, I will be using any pullbacks again to open some new sell positions after we break through this reference point. Each of those trend phases will have its own reference points that are protecting that trend, and again I will let you know in the comment section below if something will change. But as long as we're between those two reference points, it is a H4 flat phase, and again it is, for me, it is too risky to open new positions in a flat phase. I have to wait until Litecoin will move into a trend phase. What direction, it doesn't matter for me as long as it moves. Ripple against US dollar. If you didn't watch the last review, just go and take a look. Here is the link for you. In that video, I explained where did I get those reference points from. But as you can see now, it broke through this reference point. We had here an FZR of H4. And Ripple moved into a trend phase, and as you can see, the reference point worked very well. But now it stopped again. This impulse stopped this whole trend up, and again after that we broke through this reference point. So now I have here a new FZR of H4, and now Ripple is back to H4 trend phase up. So for me, that is enough to start using my trend following trading system. I will just go to a smaller time frame to show you what is happening and to explain you better. See, that's the same FZR, and you can see also the sub waves. So at the moment, this reference point here, this pivot point, is the pivot point that is protecting this trend up. And if we will break through this reference point, then Ripple will go back into a flat phase, and then I'll have to leave Ripple alone. But as long as we're not breaking through this reference point and just renewing the new highs, then the pivot point moves together with the price. And if the pivot point will move, I will let you know in the comment section below. And also, if you have any questions or ideas, feel free to use the comment section below as well. So that's the idea with Ripple. Once we'll break through this high, then the pivot point will move into here. And as long as we're in that trend phase, I will be looking for some new places where I can open some new buy positions intraday and earn some money from that trend up. So that's the idea with Ripple. The next pair now is the IOTA against US dollar. First of all, IOTA broke through this reference point and moved into all time frames flat phase. So as long as we're between those two reference points, for me, there is no point investing into IOTA because it will stay in a flat phase. It can go up, go down, and then it's just a flat phase. It's a range. Yeah, but for me as a currency trader, these two reference points are important. And that means for me, once we will break through this reference point, we will have an FZR of H4 time frame up. And FZR basically is a fractal zigzag reversal figure for a trend. So once we'll break through this reference point, IOTA will move into a trend phase of H4 up, and then I can start using my trend following trading system. And again, in each pullback, I'll be looking for some new buy positions and with very small stop losses, and we'll try to earn from that trend up once we'll break through that reference point. If we will go from here and break through this reference point, we will create an FZR of H4 down, and then IOTA will move into a trend phase of H4 down. And once that will happen, then I will be also using the same logic from any of those points. I will be trying to find some new sell positions. That trend will have its own reference point, and that pivot point will be protecting that trend down. And again, if that will appear, if something will change throughout the week until the next Wednesday, I will definitely let you know. But as long as we're between those two reference points, IOTA is in a H4 flat phase, in a H4 range, and as long as it is in a flat phase, I don't trade because I trade only in a trend phase when there is a trend, when I can use my trend following trading system. So that's the idea, guys. These are my reference points. As you can see, for me as a day trader, Ethereum and Ripple are the most interesting pairs, and also IOTA, it is very close to its reference points. If we will break through that reference point, then I can start using my trend following trading system. We'll see. Cryptocurrencies move very quickly, so anything can change overnight, and we will see what will happen. So guys, again, for the next week, if you would like me to review a currency that you're interested in, just post it in the comment section below, and definitely I'll come back to you to that pair as a pick of the week for the next Wednesday. If you have any questions, thoughts, or ideas, just feel free to post your questions in the comment section below. For those of you who would like to learn and understand what are these reference points or how I came up with them and how can you use them in a day-by-day trading, just go to rmpforest.com and find Master Forex V Advanced training course, and I will teach you myself how to use those reference points. You will know exactly what each cryptocurrency does, and you can use that in your own trading or investing, or even if you're mining and you would like to choose a pair that will grow and you would like to know how long it will grow, those reference points will help you a lot. So guys, for those of you who is not subscribed to this channel, I invite you to subscribe. Here is the button for you. Click to subscribe, and I will talk to you the next Wednesday.